some really big brains. I got a really big team, man. One time.
Oh, son of a gun.
tonight's Class C South football quarterfinal between the number 8 Lake Region Lakers and the number 1 seed, your Leavitt Hornets. We'll meet the starting lineups. Lake Region has elected to be introduced as a team. Ladies and gentlemen, the Lake Region Lakers. And now for the starting Hornet offense. A senior tight end, number 2, Cole Morin. The junior quarterback, number 5, Leavitt Hathaway. Senior tailback, number 6, Alan Peabody. In the slot is a senior, number 9, Damian Calder. In the slot is senior, number 1, Deshaun Calder. Senior wide receiver, number 19, Keegan Melanson. The sophomore, number 57, the center, Reed Twitchell. Junior tackle, number 58, Tommy Casey. A sophomore tackle, number 67, Jack Buta. Sophomore tackle, number 74, Trevor Poirier.
Why are you not doing anything? You hear anything at all?
The guard is a senior, number 75, Riley Parmenter.
It's coming through the camera, but not
And in the slot is a senior, number 88, Camden Jordan. And the rest of the Leavitt Hornets. The Lakers are coached by Mr. Mike Shea, and Hornets by Mr. Michael Hathaway. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this time, will you please rise to move your backs for the playing of our national anthem.
During the coin toss. We're waiting.
So here we are.
Hopefully you hear us. One thing that's unfamiliar you may be seeing is the Blue Devil in the middle of the field.
Right, we are at Minahan Field.
Lewiston hosting us tonight due to the rain. Oh, I'm being told that we cannot be heard still. Can you hear us now? Somebody had said we can't.
How about now?
Boing. Here, keep talking.
Hey, so we're out here watching the Leavitt Hornets play Lake Region,
Oh yeah, I think I can hear us.
and
I heard you. Hey.
hey, and this is I think we're finally getting our sound. Now I can hear us too.
Yes, it's great. All right, I'm gonna mute us now.
Um,
All right. Welcome to the many people watching in the chat and watching on the YouTubes. We're getting ready for the big opening. I think we'd already said that, but I cut you off because I wasn't really listening before because I was trying to see if we could hear. And ironically, that meant I wasn't listening.
Right, and this has been a puzzle of the night from the Buzz Media and to over at Leavitt Area High School. We do not ban YouTube, which is our primary engine, but at Lewiston High School, YouTube is banned. So,
But we worked around it with a hotspot.
With a
We're
hotspot.
bringing you Buzz Media Plus free, free streaming to you tonight. And
yeah, you can grab me.
Dr. Gentera, do you have any thoughts
Well,
on the game?
as I was gathering the stuff for today's production, I actually got an opportunity to talk to Coach Hathaway, really quickly before he took off for the game, and kind of let me into his plans for today. And his plan is to win the game and stay healthy.
Here.
We're now joined by Mr. Shaw,
Oh, good evening. How's everybody doing today?
principal, and he also has a son on the team, Blaine Shaw.
Yeah, he's out there.
He is. So, Mr. Shaw, how are you? What are your thoughts about tonight? You've almost watched every game. I feel like you're.
I've seen every game.
Oh,
Yep.
there we go.
So my thoughts on tonight are they need to just go out there early, execute early, and get up, and then go for the rest of the game injury-free with a win. Looking forward to continuing the playoffs.
Right. I know we moved to the Lewiston field, I think, to protect our own field and to protect our bodies. How wet was the Leavitt field today?
Very soggy. It was very soggy. It was soggy before the rain last night.
Is there a scale similar to the Mohs hardness scale?
It would definitely be a hardness of 10.
Whoa.
Water is wet.
Water is wet. Oh,
Ooh,
there's
you can't do that.
Yeah, that ball
That's the
went backwards for a second.
that's the negative onside kick.
Right. Do we remember the score from the last Leavitt Lake Region game?
That would have been the same round of the playoffs last year. I do not remember the score.
We haven't seen them since playoffs last year.
Correct.
Oh, here we go.
So we had the same matchup in the first round last year.
Well, that bodes well for us because we won that game last year.
Yes, we did. Yep. And we played Cape Elizabeth in the second round last year.
All right. Well, this could be, if things go well tonight.
That play did not go well.
No, that did not. No.
They got a couple of Lake Region boys there in the front of that defensive line that are pretty big.
Some heft, yeah. It's hard to tell when you haven't seen a team. You haven't seen a team all season what they're going to be packing.
Right. But you can bet that the Leavitt Area High School coaching staff, which is extensive,
Yes.
has spent some time with some film. They've seen these guys in basically every play they've run. So,
Oh, yeah. This is my first year. I've hung out with Mr. Hathaway quite a bit with this film production class in the mornings. And you can definitely see the film exhaustion faces.
oh yes,
Like, there is a lot of film watched.
that's out of bounds.
Oh,
I happened to sit in on a session when they were watching film with the team on one Monday afternoon, and it's like they're talking a third language.
Yes.
It's not. It doesn't seem like it's English,
yes.
but all the boys seem to know what they're saying.
Right, the lingo, like I can't remember all of the words, but I've seen them written on the board, and it's like Tango, Cash, Alpha, Beta, and
Yes.
everyone knows.
Right.
It is definitely the lingo. Oh,
That's going to be a 6 right there.
and there's the touchdown for Leavitt. Who ran that in? Who's number 5?
That was Wyatt. It was
Wyatt.
quar-
Oh,
Quarterback keeper threw a hole, as they say, you could park a truck in.
is that a QB sneak?
That's just what a keeper.
Oh,
That's a keeper.
that's too bad. I really would like to see the QB sneak.
I'll get on the headphones to Coach Hathaway, and we'll put that one in there.
Right, see if we can radio in a QB sneak.
I'm gonna turn this back over to Mr. Davis. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely, anytime. Good to have you.
Thank you, Mr.
So let's
Shaw.
see, are they going for the kick or the 2? Oh, they're going for
They're
2
going
points.
for 2.
Going
Wyatt's
for
going
2.
to keep it, flick
Ooh,
it,
flicked it over.
and in. There it is, Damian Calder.
He did
That's
the,
the option play. That was very college Nebraska-like, I believe.
Damian really had some hustle and bustle there. He had the
He
little
did.
shimmy shake going into the end zone.
That's just our poor connection, not the. It does look very blurry on our screen here, but assume for the fans at home, you're getting a nice
Right.
clear look.
We are not using our own internet. We are in a very fancy booth.
Yes, they did very nice. At halftime, maybe we'll do a quick tour of the booth up here.
Oh my God, that'd be great.
Lake Region didn't have a lot of fans here tonight, but we want to make sure we keep the chat nice and classy here. No.
Yeah, we gotta
Classy.
respect that Lake Region made it to this point in the season. They're here. I think it's a long trip from Lake Region. I don't quite
Right.
know where Lake Region is, so it's hard on
It's anywhere there's a lake.
right. But the chat, we got to keep the chat nice and healthy, folks.
But we do want to keep that chat moving, too.
Yes.
Any questions you have for us here? 8-0, 11 minutes, 13 seconds to go.
And remember, we can easily make up things like the rivalry between Leavitt and Lake Region.
Yes. Any questions you have about us? The storied rivalry.
Right.
Nice return there by Lake Region. Out
Even
past the
though
30.
Turner doesn't really have a lake in it. We don't have a lake in Turner.
No, we are more of a foothills.
We're more of
And
a foothill.
a valley.
Right.
A
We
valley.
are a valley. A valley that would be prime for lakes, where this is the Lake Region.
Right.
I feel like there could have been some early settlement envy between the foothills and the lakes. Because who
You're-
doesn't want some waterfront property?
The Lakers getting ready to go. They're much better named the Lakers than the LA Lakers, where there's no
lakes at the
lakes at all.
No.
The Lakers. Oh, there's the pitch.
Oh,
It's going to try to cut inside, but a wall of defenders there.
right. The Leavitt line really knows how to hold a team. And what's incredible about them coming into the playoff season, I don't think you see this on a lot of teams. There's only one senior on it, and that's Riley Parmenter. The rest of them are sophomores and juniors. It's a pretty young line.
Yeah.
Sizable, though. You wouldn't know it. Looking at that field, it does not feel like a young line. They are, and then Trevor Poirier, Jack Putaw, 4 sophomores are massive human beings.
We have some updates on the whole Laker thing after this play, but it's going to be a QB keeper.
QB keeper.
Oh, and I think the ball is loose.
I
There's
really
a scramble.
Is a QB sneak a real thing, or am I
Yes,
thinking
but the-
NFL blitz?
A QB sneak's a real thing, and it's more of like a short yardage thing, like where he like dives right under the center, straight ahead. It's when
Oh.
you're just trying to like that 1 yard. Brady's good at the sneak. As has been pointed on the chat and via text message, we do have a lot of ponds.
Oh,
We have-
that's true.
We have ponds, we have streams.
We do have ponds, and we have the river,
Yes.
which
We have 2 rivers. I mean, you have the Nazinska right through Turner, and then you have the Androscoggin that goes through all 3.
we also have Gulf Island Pond,
Yes.
which there is quite a bit of a debate of whether that would be considered a lake,
Or a
the-
pond, right.
a lake or the river, and it has actually created a huge amount of debate over the years.
All right, meanwhile, we have a 3rd and 10 here. Let's stay focused on the game while it's still close here, 8-0.
Here we go. Let's see if we can get.
He's going to get out running to the right, and he's going to throw it up deep,
Oh, looking for the pick now.
but it came up short.
In close.
That was Ethan McMurray, senior quarterback for Lake Region.
The Hornets really putting that pressure on. They're looking to get that turnover early. They want that interception
Yep.
bad.
Now, Lake Region's going to be punting. We do have a question in the chat of, is Leavitt ranked in the top 10? And I think it depends on who your ranking is, but I would say yes.
Top 10 in the state overall?
Yes, but I think I can research that and see if we can figure out where they stand in the rankings and get back to you.
Right, that actually did come up. I think
Here's Lake Region with the punt.
if I had to guess, I think they're top 5.
It's rolling right around. It's headed back towards midfield, down to about 49.
That would really be a guess.
So I know they're in the Sun Journal top 10. Or 48. We'll see if I have used up all of my free articles on the Sun Journal.
Sorry, Sun Journal.
I should really get a subscription to Sun Journal. They did a great job. Oh, these are old. You know, I'm still on it. We're working on it. Meanwhile, here's the play that we're missing.
Cam Jordan making the run. Oh, he's gonna.
Cam's
shaking him off.
He just ran an extra 10 yards
with a person.
Yeah. And I don't even know if he noticed it.
I'm sure he noticed a little bit of the extra weight. However, Cam is an extensive weight trainer, very powerful athlete, and pretty unstoppable. Even if he felt a couple bodies on him, he tried to keep going. Oh, and to Cole Morin for the touchdown.
Nice. I totally missed that play while I'm still trying to figure out where we're ranked.
So I want to let the cat out of the bag. Now that we're a little in, this was part of Coach Hathaway's strategy to try to get quite a few touchdowns within the first period, and then he's going to start to rotate some of his other guys out, trying to keep the health. He's got a.
I don't know that the secret that his strategy was to score.
To score points. I know, but it's true.
Hopefully he's okay with that.
Yeah, I think, right. I don't think he's going to be too mad.
His secret strategy. Oh, here they're going for 2.
Get as many.
No good.
You know, some people are in it for the long game, some in it for the short game. I guess scoring as many touchdowns and as quickly as you can is not a groundbreaking strategy, but it is the play of the night to keep the boys healthy.
Here we go. I do have an update, and thank you. I have figured out how to get more. According to Alex Terrio, Leavitt's #1 in the Alex Terrio poll of Alex Terrios, and he has Thornton #2. But according to the Sun Journal, they have Thornton #1, Bun Eagle, Marshwood, Scarborough, Brunswick, and then coming in at #6, coming in hot, Class C South. Love it.
I really thought I had it with the top 5, but
just as I mean, I'm sure there are other rankings.
Sure.
But great start here. 8 minutes, 48 seconds to go in the first.
And it should be noted, most of those schools that you named on the list would be Class A schools.
Yes, it's possible that they all are.
I
don't really know anymore.
It's really hard to tell but Thornton's definitely. I know Thornton is. Marshwood is as well.
I believe they all are.
Yeah, so that's.
So we're better than all the B teams, according to the Sun Journal.
According to the Sun Journal. Sun Journal, very little bias in that as well, I'd like to say. Sun Journal's been doing a great job reporting things.
Yeah, we can talk more about the Sun Journal's reporting of other Leavitt things later. Kick deep.
Lake Region running with the ball, brought down just over the 30.
I believe that was Michael Ross for Lake Region. Apologize to Lake Region fans if I got that wrong. 28, right? That's who it was? Yeah, Michael Ross.
Michael Ross, yeah, number 28. Not a bad run there. Lake Region's having a tough time getting off that 25, though. They're getting stuck here. They're going to have to come up with a plan to kind of pierce the Leavitt defense.
Not as many when you're the Lakers. Not as many natural puns about Lakers.
Right, true.
As there are for Hornets. Meanwhile, here we have a nice run.
Yeah, we're going to get wet. It's like a hard
Ethan
get damp.
McMurray gained a couple.
This is where I wish I had more football knowledge to do a better job commentating, because I'd love to give some suggestions on what the Lakers can do, but I would be stumped to do so. I think that's great. Oh. But I'm sure Lake Region is going to figure it out. Their coaches just called a timeout.
Yeah.
Get them reorganized.
Tough for Lake Region knowing you're going against the undefeated Hornets here, but I like their strategy, even though it didn't pay off, but going for that early onside kick.
It's still early in the game. We're talking how we've been doing this for 4 minutes. Sometimes you get here, you get your playoff legs.
Yep.
You start off a little shaky, but then you can come out and figure things out. You know, this is what happens when you haven't played a team yet.
Matt Strong is telling us that Brunswick is considered Class B. I don't know if that's by the state or just by Matt Strong.
Well, you know,
he may just consider them Class B.
I feel like I would trust Matt Strong rankings.
And Alex Terry is saying Max Preps. I don't even know what Max Preps is, Alex, but if you could put a link in there for everyone. Rather than, then I can watch the game and commentate instead of just not watching it as I try to find various rankings.
Fun facts.
Lake Region, 2nd and 8.
Looks like a different formation here than what they had before.
They're going for the end around.
Yeah, this.
Oh, nice run.
There's a nice run by Lake Region.
Out to the 40. I think that was.
There we go.
Brent Massey.
Good timeout by their coach. Sometimes it just takes that reorganization and you can get a big game.
So now they would love to try to pick up the first here. They have not yet had a first down.
We got 5 to go. If they can make another run like that, they'd have it right in the bag. 3rd down.
Now it's turning out that there's small A's and big A's. I don't even know if we can. I don't know what sort of nonsense we're talking about here.
The mini A's, the big A's.
The big A's, the mini A's. We got the big buzz right here.
Oh, we are the big buzz. Uh-oh.
Oh, he's going. He keeps it, but there's no space. Oh, penalty down now.
Oh, penalty. We'll see what happens.
That was a QB keeper, but not a QB sneak.
Not right. Right. I'm thinking.
There's also the bootleg.
Ooh, what is the bootleg?
So I am not an expert, but I'm going to tell you my thoughts on the bootleg, and then Miss Labrie can correct me in the chat. I believe the bootleg is when your quarterback rolls out. It's a play where he rolls out to the side as if he's going to pass, but it's designed for him to run.
Oh.
And the reason it's a bootleg is he doesn't necessarily have blockers out there.
Oh.
It's not. It's a little more deception.
Right, little sneaky, but not a QB sneak. As the sneaky.
Meanwhile, that penalty was on Lake Region, but we declined it. 4th and 5. See, it looks like Lake Region is going to punt.
Yep. You know, probably a safe move. It's still very early in the game. Lake Region just with one timeout made some better plays. I think it's a long game. Nothing's over yet.
Nice punt. Called for the fair catch there.
Caught by 21.
I think that was Marky Herman, right? That is correct.
Marky Herman. Smart move by Marky.
Now I'm going to ask our camera. We obviously need to catch the play, but if it's possible to catch any shots of the guy that holds up the plays to the Hornets at any time here, and it's not happening yet. In between plays, see those guys with the cards? We're gonna try to catch the cards, but wait till the next play and we'll see what we can do.
Oh, Thornton Academy is a big A. Bonnie Eagles a small A. There's a lot of
Wyatt keeping it, but brought down. Nice tackle with their number 28.
Yes, way to go, number 28. That is
Michael Ross again.
Michael Ross. Michael Ross putting up some big plays for Lake Region.
Only a sophomore too. That's going to set up a 2nd and 14.
2nd and 10. It looks like on the board.
It does, but look, they haven't changed it.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to say it's
I
14.
hear the die. Oh,
There
and
it
you're
is,
right.
2nd and 14.
2nd and 14.
It's not my first rodeo.
Oh, there we go. Right. If you've watched some Buzz Media broadcast before, you can see that. Oh, here we go. Number 6
That's
for Leavitt.
Alan Peabody back
Alan
up.
Peabody making a run and brought down by number.
All the way down into the 20. He picked up 45 yards there.
Right. Big run by
Great.
Alan Peabody. Brought down by number 14, Logan Allen.
Peabody's been hurt.
Big tackle by.
Although actually, wait, they brought it back a little bit here. Must have been a penalty. They did not give him his full yards, but it still put it inside the 40. Or did they? I don't know if that was a penalty. If they had him down. Apologies to the fans at home for this confused play.
Yeah, I wonder if he hit the out of bounds. Maybe he hit the out of bounds out there.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
running
maybe.
pretty close to the line.
Yeah, I must have stepped out. Wyatt's going back to pass. Penalty thrown, completed to Camden.
Camden goes out of bounds. We're waving that off.
That penalty appears to be on the Hornets because they are backing up.
Right.
You can usually, it's an early tell who the penalty's on. The players know, and they did not run up to the 20.
Holding. Holding call against the Hornets.
And Miss Liberty, we can take that request later in the game. Second half, we'll try for that.
Well, we can try to get there. We can try to get there. Hopefully,
later we'll see.
The score allows it.
14-0 here, halfway through the first quarter. Right at midfield now. It's a first and very long. 24, maybe? Wyatt takes it, rolls back.
Oh, big pressure. Oh, no. Incomplete
Off the
pass.
hands of Peabody.
Yeah, Allen's been hurt for quite a chunk of the season. It's nice to see him out there. I think he's had a shoulder injury, something of the upper body.
Yep. The Hornets have been a little bit banged up recently, but a lot of guys coming back, and overall a lot of injuries where people can come back and still play the rest of the season, which is good.
Right.
Good news.
Right. Yeah, quite a few members of the team are back tonight.
Second and 20. Wyatt gets it out wide. Into the hands of, I believe that's Markey, right? 21?
That is Markey.
Mark picks up.
Don't think. Wait. Oh, we're at fourth down. 16 to go.
We have a difference in the
third down.
Third down, yes. I was going to say the chain gang, who I'm a big fan of. That third down. Oh, you can see the signs there. I love the sign, guys. Wyatt fakes it
big bomb.
and then goes deep. It is caught
by number and touchdown. Big pass by Wyatt, number 19.
Oh, it's Keegan Melanson.
Keegan Melanson.
The senior.
Senior. Cousin.
And his cousin there.
Cousin.
Yes.
You know, those family ties there. You know that ball's been tossed quite a bit at the Thanksgiving dinners,
Yes.
at the summer barbecues.
That connections happen a lot of times.
Yes.
I like that, though. The Hornets kind of set that up with they've been taking those little swing passes. They faked it and then went deep.
Right.
So here we are, 20-0. The scoreboard does say Devils 20, Guests 0. I guess that's
So we are the Devils tonight.
yes.
I think the little sneaky moves work with Wyatt's personality.
Speaking of, I was just making the appropriate noise for Mark, even though he didn't get in, and I feel he's so quick that he did not get the 2 there. But I do.
No.
I hope that you at home understand why I made that noise for Mark, because he's just quick.
Right.
Quick like a cat. I think you could say. Another thing I want to talk about here, and I think you'll see when the Hornets are on offense, but there's the guys holding up the signs to call the plays in, and there's multiple of them.
Multiple sign guys.
Multiple sign guys, multiple plays being called in here. Luckily, we have a lot of coaches on the sidelines, so there's always room for more people to hold up signs.
Right.
20-0, 5 minutes, 4 seconds to go.
One thing about the Leavitt coaching staff, I think Mr. Shaw said it best. We have an abundance.
Abundance of coaches.
We have an abundance of coaches, a surplus, which is great. A lot of attention for the kids, and a lot of help on game day.
Extensive.
Extensive.
When you've been such a successful program.
People want to be part of it.
Yep. And of course, those guys make it.
What it is, right? It's all.
There's the return there by number 37. Isaac Rawson for Lake Region gets it out to the 34.
And a lot of these guys coach, or not they're obviously coaches for the Leavitt team, but they're also coaching. They're coaching on the Saturdays. They're coaching on the Sundays. They're coaching the youth programs.
Yep.
This is
one of the coaches is responsible for holding snacks, according to Mrs. Liberty. Snack coach.
Snack coach.
I don't see the snack now. I'm looking at the sideline to see if I can find the snack coach. Meanwhile, Lake Region has a 1st and 10 at about the 36.
Oh man.
If we can find the snack coach, that is definitely something we would zoom in on.
Yes, the snack coach.
Lake Region's going to be going shotgun here. Four wideouts.
You know what's kind of nice for the Leavitt parents tonight? Not running a snack shack. Typically, we run like a 5-star restaurant at a football game.
The fries at the Leavitt Snack Shack
are delectable.
Top notch.
Yeah, really, really good. I can tell you, I think I tricked my son because he's also here and he was very excited for the snack shack. I made it seem that there would be one, and there is not.
There's no snack.
There's no snacks.
So there is.
So the snack coach necessary
For tonight, yeah.
Tonight,
I hope there's a snack coach. We should have had a snack coach working for Buzz Media.
Yes.
I could use a snack.
But
meanwhile, we have a 2nd and 10. That was an option that didn't really pan out for Lake Region. I should have called it. Here's a quick throw.
37. Oh, 37. Dodged the first tackle.
Ducked under it.
Taken down by 74. It looks like he started the rush. There.
Trevor Poirier.
Trevor Poirier.
Nice job. It was a nice duck by the wide receiver in that initial one.
Right, that was a good dodge.
The thing that's tough against this Hornet defense is, obviously they got a lot of size and strength, but then they also have a ton of speed. This Hornets team has fast guys all over the field.
Right.
A lot of track sprinters.
Right, we have a good portion of our track team, and some of the top sprinters are here. So if you're going to throw the ball, hopefully you can move. If you're going to try to rush the ball, hopefully you're pretty strong.
Well, Lake Region picks up a few yards on that carry. And now it's 4th down. Looks like 3 minutes, 40 seconds to go. Hornets get Mark Herman back to return. But there's a timeout for Lake Region. Yeah, I'm not sure if the Lewiston was nice to allow us to use the field. I don't know the situation with the snack shack. I know Lewiston is over at EL tonight, so
right, for the Battle of the Bridges.
But what's nice for us is that I talked to Coach Hathaway about it earlier. Even if without this recent rain, if we'd used our field and ripped it up, it could have been not being able to play at home for future playoff games. So it was worth it to play this off-site game today.
Oh, I see Dave Roberts has just walked in today. Dave Roberts is here.
Not Dave Roberts of Red Sox fame, the stolen base in the World Series, but Dave Roberts of Leavitt Cafeteria fame. Yes. I assume. I don't know which Dave Roberts you saw.
I want to put a real big plug for a program that he's starting. There is going to be free after-school meals once the buses leave. If you're hanging around Leavitt, there is food available for the athletes and kids just hanging around, doing extra work or whatnot.
Here, Lake Region going for it on 4th. They throw it up, but it's
incomplete.
Incomplete.
Almost made the connection with number 28.
Michael Ross. And that's going to be a turnover on downs. It's going to be a Hornet ball. Hornets take over. Yeah, that's a great program. I had just heard of that. Now, those of you at home may also remember the other Dave Roberts who started the comeback in 2004. That really, changed the world. But they're both great Dave Robertses.
Top-notch Dave Roberts.
I don't know a bad Dave Roberts.
No. Nope.
Wyatt shotgun goes off inside.
Oh, here we go. Making the run.
Damien goes wide, but there's a penalty down. He picks up 3 or 4, and Lake Region's D is definitely slowing us down. I mean, the Hornet offense is pretty stacked, but the Lake Region D is making us work for these points.
Yeah, making it difficult, making them think. There's been some games that Leavitt's played where it's been a touchdown or possession, and that's not the case here.
Right. Yeah, like last week, the first 3 plays on offense were all touchdowns.
Right. So Lake Region, they're making it work, and this is good. This is exactly what the Hornets need to start the playoff season. They need a push.
What they don't need are penalties.
That's
so I'm sure
correct.
the coaches will be talking about cleaning some of this up. This is going to set up a first and 17, 16. It is not yet on the board. That is my unofficial call. 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Wyatt takes it, hands it off to Camden. Camden is cruising to the outside here and just plowing through people, cutting in and out. Finally, it takes 4 Lake Region defenders to bring him down with a flag at the end of that play. Camden Jordan has just been an absolute monster for the Hornets this year.
Absolutely.
Blocking punts, getting sacks, making runs, catching passes, just all over the field.
Absolutely. It's really devastating. He's utilitarian. Put him on offense, defense. He's going to be a threat.
That is a face mask against Lake Region is going to tack on some extra yards to Camden's run. And we have a first and 10 at about the 22. White's back. He's looking, gets it out, and then he's looking at Camden again. And he held on. I hesitated there. I wasn't sure if he was able to, but just as we spoke, for a guy that big to also move as quickly as he does,
right?
It just makes you. It almost reminds you of a former Patriot, Gronkowski, there, where you have the size and the speed.
Right.
Makes you really difficult. Hornets lining up for the extra point. Kick is, I think that was blocked. And there's a flag down.
It's not only his size and athleticism. Camden really works. He works his butt off, running plays, running routes.
I believe there was Sawyer Hathaway on the kick there, but now he's limping a little bit after. And I'm not sure what we have here. That penalty had to have been on Lake Region. Oh, personal foul against Lake Region. So we will go for the conversion again, and this time, yeah, I was running into the kicker there. Hopefully Sawyer's all right. He's walking around. Looks okay. And they are going to go for the 2-point conversion this time. Wyatt takes, hands it off inside, and why not? Camden just kind of strolled into the end zone there. He did not reach maximum speed.
No, not at all.
He just kind of walked in. There was nobody. Great blocking.
Not at all.
And that makes it 28-0 with 2 minutes 25 seconds to go. And this quarter has gone exactly as Coach Hathaway would have drawn it up.
Absolutely. This is the secret is the
secret plan.
secret plot is coming to fruition. Score as many touchdowns as early as possibly can. That was the plan, and that's what's being executed right now.
And hopefully you, the viewers, know. We have 82 people watching, which is great for us.
That is good
I
stuff.
think there may have been a lot of people in Turner who did not want to
come out on a windy night.
Come on a windy night down into the big city of into LA, fight the traffic, and they just decided to watch it on Buzz Media. We can see it right here. If there's a voice you hear, it's Elliot Gentari here. Elliot, do you want to say anything to the fans?
Hey.
Oh, there you go. Elliot is tagging along with us. He came partially for the snack shack that's not here, but he also came to watch some football.
Right. He's a big fan of coming to the sports. James kind of tagging along.
There's the kick. Covered there by 28 there, David Ross. Oh, sorry, Michael Ross again. And a nice return out to about the 47. So I'm sure you're back. I saw you had to jump in and pull in some kid duty there.
Yeah, no, sometimes you gotta figure out how to make something work.
Alex, glad to see you're watching, and I know you will be at the game next week. Alex Morris in the chat.
Yes.
Happy with the score, and Alex, you can be live next week in the next round of the playoffs. Meanwhile, Lake Region has get their opportunity to cross into the Hornet territory for the first time tonight.
There we go. No, making some changes, making the changes. You really hope that they can find their way. Oh, there we go. That's not a bad run.
He gained a couple up the middle. Massey. Brett Massey is a senior running back. But it's tough when you're tough for a team like Lake Region just physically
Yes.
matching up is a little bit.
Right. It is a challenge coming up against that Leavitt line. It is a large Leavitt line. I know, like Jacob Spugnardi is out there.
Here we have 2nd and 7.
Looks like hitting the brick wall. Oh, and he's almost ripping through.
Oh, but he cuts back inside for a few.
You know, and there you go. Maybe those little quick runs are what Lake Region need to get on the board. They're, moving up the field.
When you watch football games on Sunday, they have the league official that tells them, like, if there's a replay challenge, he gives them the clarification of what he thinks. If there's some sort of we have our own person, and Mrs. Labrie, who constantly reminds us of rules. She just sent us a reminder that if Leavitt is up by 35 points, it becomes a continuously running clock.
Oh.
So
I definitely think
one more touchdown
Coach
and an extra point
Hathaway
would put us in that
yeah,
running clock.
Sure, he's looking for that running clock.
Oh, ball down. It was loose. Recovered by the Hornets, according to the Hornets at least. I've not seen the refs make that call yet. There it is. Hornets picked up the fumble.
And there we go. I can definitely...
Reeve Twitchell with the pickup on the fumble there.
There you go,
nice job.
Reeve, another sophomore.
Actually, I have a question for the fans at home. Can you hear when Mr. Schiffelli calls the plays? I know when we're doing the games at home, you can. And if you can't, then I will try to do a better job calling out all the players. Maybe Mrs. Labrie can tell us that.
Yes.
Under a minute to go in the first quarter, 28-0. Wyatt's back, quickly hands it off. And I have not been able to see a number on who he had there, but it's about 15 yards.
That was a big run by Wyatt.
No, it wasn't Wyatt.
Oh, no, missed it then.
I think it was a Calder, but I could not see which one. Oh, Deshaun.
And Deshaun is back. Nice to see him back.
Now we see a orange card. I guess I shouldn't be talking too much about the cards. I don't want to be giving something away, but we are seeing cards flashed around. A lot of whistling, and Lake Region has called another timeout.
The timeouts have really worked for Lake Region, though. They get in, they come in, they get reorganized. The coach gives them the plan, and they execute.
Oh, we're getting some scores there, but I missed it as well. Oh, you can hear most of what he says. I'm just trying to call it out. He just called the score Cape Elizabeth something, but I didn't hear the other team they were playing. And I don't know if they were winning or losing 14-7. So that's the kind of update you really want.
We'll see if we can get that information.
All right, well, good people are hearing it. Meanwhile, coming off the timeout, White's back in the shotgun.
Looks like
fakes the handoff to
Freeport
Camden.
is up 14-7 over Cape.
Deep pass, and
he caught it. And
there was he did not catch it, and the flag was thrown there at the end. he had it nearly in his grasp, and
You think that was a pass interference call? I'm going to make the guess.
yes.
No.
Hornets are walking up the field.
Oh, yeah. Everyone's feeling pretty confident there. That'd be pass interference.
It was pass interference, but Keegan almost hung on to it anyway.
Right.
It would have been a circus catch.
Circus catch.
And you could see the...
Big fans coming down a little ways here. 21 seconds on the clock. 28-0.
Now, the thing here is, in the NFL, that's a spot foul, where they would have brought it down where it was. But it is just a 15-yard penalty in high school. So in some ways, pass interference is not always a bad decision on a definite,
Yeah, no. If you have someone like
If you know they're
going to
catch
15 yards or a touchdown, I'll
Yeah.
give up 15 yards.
Wyatt's back, rolling out to his right, firing
Looking at
on the
Cole.
run.
Cole, with the almost stiff arm.
Cole gets it inside the 10, though.
And for those who didn't hear me earlier, the other playoff game that we're looking at is Freeport and Cape. Freeport's up by 7, 14-7 over Cape.
Okay, so that would be who visits us next week. We have 12 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Cole went out of bounds.
Does anyone
Clock
know the
must stop.
Freeport mascot? I want to call it the LL Beaters, but I know that's not the
It
case.
should be
It's
the Freeport
boots.
backpacks.
The Freeport boots. With the shorts.
Freeport bean boots. If they're not, they should be. Wyatt fakes it, fires over the middle, and there it is.
There's the touchdown with Cole.
Cole.
Mr. Cole Morin. And that's the other thing that the Hornets can really bring, especially when we're at full health. You have 88 Camden Jordan, then you have number 2 Cole, and it's
Right.
almost like you're swapping.
Right. And then you got Keegan out wide. You've got Deshaun and Damien. You got Peabody that comes in there and plays. Mark Herman, who,
Right.
with his boop, his choo-choo,
The boop boop.
whoop, zoop.
Just
Meanwhile, we have weapons all over the field right here. I guess we can call this play.
going for another 2-point conversion.
Wyatt
Wyatt's making the
scrambling.
run.
He's got 3 on him, but he's going to go for it himself, and he gets
And
there.
he gets it. And so we're at 30. We're 36 up. So the clock stays running.
Right. She says it only stops on a score or an injury or a timeout.
Only in the second half. We
I guess
have a
that was
referee.
we do have the referee that just corrected us that it's the second half
So right
for
now,
running time.
we are going to not go running time. We're going to stop that. That is
Oh, they have
have
the
those rule checks. I like that rule check.
Leavitt's own guidance director, Ms. Poulin, tells us they are the Freeport Falcons.
The Freeport Falcons. I like
don't-
that.
Yeah,
I mean,
don't like it
I
as
do
much
wish
as
it was the boots,
the
but
boots, the trout pond.
or the Freeport Outsiders.
Right.
That would be
Oh,
right. In.
that would be.
That would be right in, and a better mascot than the boots.
But then people might think that they're just like living from the wrong side of the railroad tracks.
That's true. That's true.
Like Pony Boy and
Pony Boy.
I don't really remember who else is in the Outsiders.
Really great. Nothing gold can stay. Like, that's all.
We had a question about why Leavitt is Class C. So they broke up Class A into a few years ago when they did a realignment. So we are Class B in most sports, but in football,
We got moved down to Class C. I think was new this year, actually.
yeah, I'm not sure when they realigned.
I think we can get the.
So, but if
that
you
check.
look at like Brunswick is A in most sports, but they're B.
Do we have a Mr. Shaw?
I think may have gone back down. We can find the history of when they realigned.
Right.
But that's the answer to why we're C is that they
right, and a lot of the B
And we're
teams
playing-
that we were playing,
the same teams we play in Class B in other sports for the most part.
for
Like,
the most part, a lot of the teams we're seeing in the I see in the track seasons, we see in the football season.
here we are reaching the start of the second quarter.
The Lewiston bleachers.
I think we just
pretty-
missed commenting on a kickoff.
Again, yeah,
I apologize,
and it happened.
but you should know that that's going to happen many times. The C was switched this year because every 2 years they realign. Thanks again, Ms. Poulin.
Oh, there we go. Right.
And they're always changing things up.
Right.
But in football classifications, it's been different. Also, I think I know more teams have joined football, but then this year there's also the new eight-man. I don't know if that changed at all the alignment.
That's made those teams. I think that's been a wild success from what I've been reading
for
in the
some of those
newspaper.
smaller schools.
Really keeping football alive in those smaller schools, which is good. It's nice to see that. We always want to see opportunities for kids to get out there and play.
Meanwhile, Lake Region runs it up the gut, as they say, for about 5 yards. It was a nice run.
That's a good run.
Matt Strong tells us a lot of traditional Class A schools are Class B now in football. And he believes there are only 8 Class A teams. So it's like the big boys.
So Bangor, Thornton.
I think it must be 8 in A South.
Yeah.
Not in state. Oh, that's a
there
great,
we go. That's a
great
big
run.
by number 8.
Brandon Sargent.
Brandon Sargent. There we go. Brandon Sargent. So
best play of the game for Lake Region, or best offensive play of the game.
Best offensive play of the game. They've had some really good defensive plays. Defensive plays. They've made the Leavitt offense work a number of times to get their touchdowns. But that was an awesome push by number 8.
They're also facing a fully operational battle station. The Hornets have been the last few weeks.
Right.
Short. Last week they were short a lot of offensive weapons.
Right. It was.
But this week,
like the Morse, we got. I would say we got a little lucky with the Morse matchup. It was an opportunity for a lot of those guys to rest.
Cole Moore with a nice tackle. Brent Massey.
Without having to sacrifice a win.
We'll see what this penalty is. It was something about their knees. I've never seen that call before. I'm unfamiliar with the bending down and
the head, shoulders, knees.
It was the head, shoulders, knees, and toes penalty against the Lake Region. Maybe it was clipping. I don't know. Possibly. Oh, a chop block. That makes sense.
It was a chop block,
Thank you.
below the knees. Again, I might.
It's nice. We have a lot of people helping us out between the chat, the
It's
official
true.
up here.
It's true.
All right.
Well,
that was a big penalty, too, because that's now set them up. About first and 20.
Brought them a little back, yeah. First and 20.
We're 10.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Lake Regions.
See if Lake Region can
We
move
got
the ball
wideouts.
again.
Oh,
Bates.
huge blitz. He did complete a little.
Yeah, a little
underhand
toss.
toss.
Wow, yeah, you didn't even see that move through the group there.
He had a major blitz coming on him, although I wonder if that was part of that might have been a designed play to let the blitzers in.
It
And
slipped
then-
that ball to number 8.
They didn't pick up a lot on it, but it was tricky. I thought he was about to get blown up by
Right.
the Leavitt defense.
Right. If
And we just saw-
if
you
that
saw
play
that-
would have went a little differently, that 8 could have been wide open, though. He could have had a big hole.
Yes.
Hard to execute that type of play, though.
So he picked up about 3.
Yeah.
Second and 17. Man in motion. Uh-oh, ball's loose.
Ball's on the ground.
And I think that the Hornets
There's a
have
little
it,
bit of a
but
scrum here.
a scramble. The ball
I think it's going to stay with Lake Region.
looks like it is still Lake Region's ball.
That's a quick recovery by Lake Region.
Now we're third and a bunch.
Third in a bunch.
Third and
Plenty. Good and plenty.
yes. Oh, I could use some good and plenty if there was a snack shack.
That is a
If
terrible.
I would actually like to know what terrible candies people have that they like. I love good and plenties, and I would pay money if there's somebody who could go give me some good and plenties right now.
Here we go. So, for those of you who don't know me, I am not I've never been a football coach, nor have I been a football player. I think the same can be said about Mr. Davis on the other line. Never a football player nor a football coach. However, I would tell you right now that I have nothing but respect for the Lake Region team because I would be old. Oh, there we go.
What a great play! As you were saying that,
Huge pass. I was like,
big
this
pass,
is the
great catch.
great Brandon Sargent really
Brandon
doing
Sargent,
a lot
that
of
was-
work for Lake
They went
Region
deep,
tonight.
right over the middle.
Wow. Now, I will like to say that is the play I would have done in Madden. That would have been my Madden go-to, the long bomb.
I was just watching the replay here, and which, by the way, I have to comment. It is great that we have replays now this season. If this is the first Buzz Media game you've turned. Lake Region, this is the deepest they've gotten in our territory. Oh, there's a fumble though.
Oh no.
And I'm not sure who has that.
Yeah, we'll see what happens at the who's at the bottom of that pile.
Came loose right on the handoff. But Lake Region managed to cover it up. We have a couple more comments from that. That was a design play a while back to let the linemen come through. And that there really are only 8 Class A teams in the whole state.
Wow. Class A.
I know they don't have playoffs starting until next week, which makes sense with them with fewer teams. So we're going about 2nd and 10. Lake Region managed to not lose any ground there. And about the 33. Their deepest invasion of our territory. There's a play around. Knocked out of bounds. A good tackle. I'll wait for Mr. Schiffelli to give us the number.
24 Tavian.
There's Tavian Teague on the carry and Deshaun Calder on the tackle. And that sets us up a 3rd and 7. Lake Region's at the 31.
82. 73.
And he's going to get close to the first down. I don't think he's going to get it.
Did we get over? Let's see.
Looks like they're going to be about a yard short, but on fourth down and maybe a yard and a half, they're going to have to go for it here.
Yeah, what are you going to do? This is the opportunity for the QB sneak.
This is, yes, you're right. This, if you were going to do a QB sneak,
Here's the QB sneak.
you would be doing it right now.
Oh, we got 51 hustling off the field, switching to 76. 76.
So that was Ben Stone hustling off, and Jacob Spugnardi getting in there. 4th and 1. And quick handoff. I think they're going to get it. They look like they had it.
Yep, they're all pointing.
Lake Region's put themselves a nice little drive together here. As they get the first down at the 22, 21. Jack Boutot
Here we go down.
on the tackle.
Here we go. This is the closest the Lakers have come to their end zone.
Yeah. The Hornets we're not yet lined up defensively in the blue, but not in a great spot. And nice run up the middle. Gained a couple more. That voice you hear is the younger Gentura checking in with his dad.
He's right. He's looking at he's looking for a check-in on the snack shack.
Somewhere in this building there must be some.
The snack shack is not open.
Okay, can you tell that to the fans at home?
The snack shed is now open.
Yes, very disappointing. All right, we have a 2nd and 7.
So if anyone has any connections with the snack coach,
Yes.
if a snack could find
Make
its
way
way
up here.
up to the press box, that would be phenomenal.
A little flick inside, but Hornets were ready for that. And I agree, it is great to see Trevor Bossy back. I was just talking to Coach Hathaway about that. He was so impressed at his return to the field. And now we have a 3rd and 7 again. Let's see what Lake Region coaches dial up on this one.
Right, Trevor Bossy's been, him and Hunter Hayes have been scooting around the school for quite a bit now. And now the Scooter Gang has been reduced to the Lone Ranger.
The handoff inside. Nothing there at all. And we're down to 3 minutes, 7 seconds to go here in the second half, in the second quarter. First half.
Here we go.
And I agree with Karen in the chat that Elliot's dad should have brought some snacks to the game and should have been prepared for that. But hopefully next time he'll know.
You know,
you're called out there.
You know, that is fair. I should have brought some snacks. We did go out to eat right after. Right, we had a quick little doctor's appointment. Went out to eat. I thought we would have carried him through, but
here it is, 4th and 7. We can. Lake Region's going for it here. Quarterback's back, fires it up, and it's picked.
Picked by. Oh, and we're hustling through with a big hit. Lake Region brought down. Can't quite get the number here. Number 28, 23, 28, 23, 29.
You're right.
I'm just
Denver Taylor for 29. That would make sense.
Ooh, Denver. There we go. Yes, that does make sense.
Denver Taylor. Chris Philly agrees with us.
DT, as the kids would call him. DT.
The fans. And the Hornets are going to take over. We'll see. Now they're going to take a chance for a long drive in the last 2 minutes. Ball's back. Thrown deep.
To Cam Jordan. Cam Jordan with the deep catch.
Cam did a great job there. That ball was a little bit underthrown. Cam was going full speed. He slowed right down and snagged it.
Yep, created the basket, put it right in his hands. That is...
I agree that dinner is not a snack. If you're going to a football game, you need snacks. I mean, I think everybody watching and everybody here knows that you should know that dinner is dinner and snacks is snacks. If you're at a game, hopefully a lesson learned.
Lesson learned. Next.
I know if Rachel was here, she would have made sure he had snacks.
Oh, yes, absolutely. There would have been a backpack full of snacks.
Wyatt firing deep. Oh, and it is picked.
Oh, and it was picked.
He just, the Lake Region defender got really nice position underneath.
Was able to pull it. That put a little bit of fire back in Lake Region.
I missed the number there in the interception.
Really excited about that pick. Real happy.
Yeah, Mark actually tried to play a little defense he could see, but was not able to knock it down. And Lake Region, yeah, at 48. With a minute 55 to go. We might have to send you on a mission to find some snacks. Because I can interview, I think Hannah's gonna, our camera is being expertly run by Hannah Milliken. We can put the headset on her if you think you can find snacks somewhere. Oh, meanwhile, Cam just flies through. However, passes off, but it is picked back. Oh, no.
He drops it.
He was not able to hang on. Near interception there by Mark Herman. There's a lot to see there. Cam just plowed through the blockers. But
you got to watch out. Sometimes the Hornets will put Cam out there and line them right up at the QB, and that is his one mission.
But Ethan McMurray was able to get off the pass. Mark just couldn't quite hang on to it. Yeah, if he's given the mission to destroy the quarterback.
I think it's one of his favorite missions, to be fair. Yeah, like, I think that's...
Yes. Blocking punts also. He's had a couple of those this season. Meanwhile, 2nd and 10 at 48.
it might be a quest for some snacks. Luckily enough, we're in Lewiston. I can always potentially zip out.
You can actually go get snacks.
I might actually get snacks.
If you go get snacks, can you bring me some good and plenty?
I can bring you some good and plenty. Yeah,
Then go for it.
That's what we'll do. At the half, I believe it's 20 minutes. We have 20 minutes, right, at the half.
Yeah, 15 at least.
Yeah, that's plenty of time that's a good and plenty time.
It's a good and plenty time. It is a good and plenty time.
For me to get to.
3rd and 6. If anybody has suggestions on snacks before he leaves, please let us know. 'Cause we have a minute 14 to go here in the quarter.
The milk.
Meanwhile, obviously, you want to hear about the game, and it's 3rd and 7.
Maybe I'll make, I'll stop being a milk dud of a parent.
I actually hope you just can get snacks that can set us up for puns. And what you don't see at home is that Jantar's laughing so hard at himself he almost collapsed on the ground.
Well, right now,
at the milk dud joke.
You should know that I have a Sour Patch Kid. So.
Oh, that's what he was already ready for. Here we have a 4th and 4, 4th and 5. Lake Region's going to go for it. Because why not? Send it, as the kids.
Full
send.
send.
Full send.
It's going to be the full send for Lake Region.
25 seconds and ticking.
See if they can get on the board.
This is going to go deep. McMurray rolls out, fires it, but it's tipped.
Almost.
Almost got.
Almost.
That was tipped by Cole Morin initially. Cole, that was reminiscent of a basketball play, just reaching out.
Yes.
And swatting it.
Yes, for those who will follow us in the basketball season, you will see Cole just reaching out. He's a
reaching out and
power forward center type player, big big in the blocks. But right now we have first down for the Hornets.
We have an update on the snack situation, which is that Rachel offered to send snacks with you, Jamie, and you said no. And so, really, there's just a lot of questions about the parenting here, parenting decisions. But 11 seconds to go. Hornets going back. Wyatt throws it out wide. And we got a big run there, and that is, I believe.
But don't get too excited, folks. There is a flag.
1 second left on the clock. Damien on the run. And
my snack decisions of the day, they have prevented me from being a hot tamale.
Rachel, I'm glad that you were holding him accountable there, because he was going to just play that off like it was the Snack Shack's fault. So holding against the Hornets, and now they have 1 second, and they are going to be backed up to about their own 43. What do you think? We're going to take a shot here, or are they going to just... Nope. The clock's running. Never mind. And there it is. We are at the half, and you are now on the. You're on your own
hunt
clock
for snacks.
To go get snacks. Meanwhile, Hannah, if you could hop on here to do some commentary with me, and I'm gonna make you run the camera, and anything that you decide looks worthy of filming. Something looks interesting. You can zoom in. Keep the fans interested though. Find something there, Logan. Hannah, you can hop on. Hannah, how you doing?
Good.
Oh, she's got to get the hat off before she can put on the headset. Well, he only has 15 minutes, too. So I don't know if you heard our discussion there about Jantar not bringing snacks.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
A little disappointing.
Yeah, it is. And hopefully, I don't know if he's going to make it back in 15 minutes either.
Hopefully he does.
Yeah, I think, you might be doing play-by-play for a while. So you've been running the camera.
Yes.
And what do you think of the game so far?
We're doing really good. We can score out.
Yeah.
And there hasn't been many injuries, so it's very good.
That's really what we want to do today, is get a win and not get any injuries. How did you... I have a question about the view up here. It's different watching a game from up high. Do you start to get the camera person's view as you're deciding what to zoom in on?
Yeah, it's much different than when I did the soccer game, because that was on flat ground.
Yeah, you can't really get a great angle. Up here now, were you able to... meanwhile, there's the scoreboard that's on the camera. hopefully we just keep finding more shots with that camera. We're gonna just keep finding. There's a lot of people here. There's a lot of interesting things. There's something more interesting than just watching the clock count down. I mean, he's an amateur. He doesn't really know what he's doing. So we'll see. But were you able to get the guys holding up the signs
Sometimes I was, and others I couldn't really get it.
in the shot, right? Because you had to watch it. So, do you think that those signs are really important, or do you think that they're just holding up signs?
I feel like some of them might have a meaning, and some just might be to throw off the other team.
Oh, so there could be a little deception there. All right. Well, now we're going to change topics a little bit, Hannah, because I want to talk to you about snacks. Are you familiar with Good and Plenty's?
I've heard of them.
You've never had a Good and Plenty?
Not that I know of.
You will have a Good and Plenty. You will at some point have a Good and Plenty. What would your favorite? So did you go trick or treating?
Yes.
And what is the top candy?
You're not gonna like this, but Mounds.
Oh no, that's terrible. Mounds as a curse towards chocolate.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna forget that you said Mounds for a minute. Can you tell me what else other than Mounds?
Reese's peanut butter cups.
Yeah, those are solid. That's a solid pick. We have some nice camera shots of the crowd here, which is not that large. But good work getting zoomed in on people. Nice job, guys. And what about your non-chocolate candies?
I definitely like hot tamales.
Oh, the hot tamales are good. Yep, yeah. We should have actually probably put in requests before we went. How many houses did you go trick-or-treating at?
Not sure. Quite a few.
Like a large bag of candy? Did you get any of the people that said like you're too old to trick-or-treat and didn't want to give you candy? No, good. Good, because you're not too old. But some people, they don't like high school kids trick-or-treating. Speaking of deception with the cards, did you pull off any deception with your candy?
No.
Because a trick that I learned trick-or-treating was you bring 2 bags, and you have 1 bag in the car that you keep putting your candy in, so every time you go up to a house, you only have like about 3 pieces of candy in there, and then people think you just started and they give you more candy. It's really effective.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I guess this would have been useful information in class.
Yeah,
I could have given you a tutorial on that before. All right. Did you have any other thoughts on the game?
Not really.
Or on the camera on Buzz Media? Or would you... Oh, we actually have a zoom in on some kids playing football here on the sideline. This is quality stuff. If we are getting these kids playing football, are we still getting that? Good. Do we know who these kids are playing football? They look like they're calling plays. Getting ready. He's going shotgun snap. He's got 1 receiver out wide. They don't have a defense. Oh, he's back. The ball is deep. Oh, incomplete. There actually was a defender that kind of came out of nowhere on that play. We might need to get some replays. Hopefully that's not their last play. No, they've kind of scattered. I may actually bring in some of these other guys. And Jaden Banks, you're going to come on the headset here. Yes, you are. We're going to have a rotating cast at halftime. How's it going?
Good, you?
Now you have this is actually a player halftime interview. I don't think we've ever done that before in Buzz Media.
It's crazy.
So you're not on the sideline tonight?
No. I'm injured right now.
Oh, I didn't realize you were injured. How?
Sprained ankle. This one.
Is it? Oh, if I looked down and saw the air cast on there, because I was going to say you've actually been playing a lot this season.
Yeah.
Especially with all the injuries on the team. There've been games. Last week you played?
Yeah.
Like, did you start?
Last week, no, because it was senior night.
Oh, right.
So Rufino started over me, but I went in for Damien halfway through the first quarter.
Right.
Because we were winning like 20-0 or something.
So hopefully that sprained ankle's not something that's going to keep you out long term?
Yeah, no, it's not. I'm going to be back on Monday.
All right,
Monday.
Excellent. What are your thoughts? I've been watching the game.
I feel like our defense is doing good holding them up, and our offense is doing good scoring on them. They got a few big plays, but...
That was a nice pass, that one deep pass they had there.
But nothing too major. we recovered from it pretty well. So
Do you know of any from practice, like any emphasis in particular we're looking for this week? Or is it
no, just playing
do your job, play the
regular
game,
yeah, play your square.
play your square?
Play your square, yeah.
What
that's
does that mean?
coaches. Everybody has an assignment. If you're D end, you usually contain, depending on the coverage. Like you just play where you're supposed to play and play to your best ability, so your teammates can rely on you.
Nice. And you, what are you thinking about your opponents next week?
Either Cape Elizabeth or Freeport, both of them are passing teams. So we're gonna have to be good in the secondary and not let up any big plays.
So you guys played Cape earlier, right?
Yeah.
And the score was?
It was like
won
we
by-
pulled away in the last quarter. It was like 36-12, I think.
But it had been fairly close until
Yeah.
the last quarter.
It was 22-12 halfway through the fourth quarter.
Oh, so that was actually a good game.
Yeah.
And but you did not play Freeport.
No, we have not played Freeport yet.
Freeport was ahead earlier. We got a score of 14-7.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten an update on that yet.
I think it's 14-7 at the half.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you know what you're doing
Yep.
up here. Now I'm gonna ask you about candy.
Candy.
Yes. So Juntura said that good and plenties aren't good, but he's wrong.
Good and plenties?
Yeah, have you had a good and plenty?
Yeah.
And?
I feel like they're just bland Mike and Ike's. That's what I feel like.
All right. Well, Mike and Ike's are also delicious.
Yeah, they
so
are.
if I had Mike and Ike's, I can't really disagree with that, even as somebody who likes good and plenty.
Yep.
What about hot tamales?
Hot tamales are good.
What about a Mounds bar?
I've never had Mounds.
You shouldn't ever have a Mounds because it's a delicious candy bar that's been ruined with coconut. And I'm glad to hear you say that. Did you go trick-or-treating?
No. I stayed at home.
When was the last time you trick-or-treated? Last year?
2 years ago.
2 years ago?
3 years ago. 3 years. I was 13.
And then you retired from the trick-or-treating game?
Yep. I got too old. They started asking what I'm doing.
So now Hannah was just saying she did not even get asked.
Really?
And she's only a year younger than you, but I guess you also have the size disadvantage. Yeah. Normally, size is an advantage.
And I would just dress up as a football player every year. So
that's a really lame costume.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, well, you probably had that coming. Do we,
I think Danny wants to get on the microphone.
Oh, let's get Danny over here. And
come on, Danny.
Bring him in. We have about 6 minutes left to go in the half. Danny, how's it going?
It's going good.
Now, can you tell us from a production end how you think the Buzz Media production's gone tonight?
It's going good. It's going good. Less problems than last week.
It's good. We did have a little bit of problem with YouTube being.
Yeah, we've had a full game so far.
But
so that's good.
That is good. I've noticed a lot of replays.
Yes. Yes.
The replay option this year is a nice addition to the game.
Yeah, it's much better than last year.
And
you just had to take the commentator's word for it.
Right.
That it happened.
And honestly, when you listen to the value of our commentating, you know that our word is not really always the best.
No, it's not. It's not 100%.
It's not 100%. We get a little distracted.
Yeah.
One of the things that distracted us was the discussion of good and plenty candies. Now, can you please tell us what you believe, your thoughts on good and plenties?
I'm going to be honest. I've never tried good and plenties,
really?
And I think that's a representation of how bad they are. That I do not want to try them.
I don't feel like that's a fair statement. Maybe we can get your dad here in a minute. Do you? Oh no, he's not able to come in. Can we get a favorite candy?
Oh,
I actually would. I'm gonna ask for two because I wanted chocolate and non-chocolate. Oh,
a chocolate and non-chocolate.
Yes.
Reese's.
Reese's
probably.
is a solid pick for the chocolate. And non-chocolate.
Swedish Fish or Smarties, maybe.
Oh, those are very different.
Either of those two. Either of those two. Yeah.
We have a quick question here in the chat, and next week's game, I believe, is Friday at 7. And we have somebody tell me good and plenties are awesome, so you don't know what you're talking about. But I feel like I'm not going to give you both of those. You need to pick either Swedish Fish or Smarties.
I think I'll have to go with Swedish Fish.
Okay.
Because you don't have to hurt your teeth. They're always there.
Great at the movies.
Yeah, they're good candy. Good candy.
Now, do you think we can get your sister on here to commentate on her candy, or do you think she'll? I don't know.
I have no idea. She probably would.
We
if
might be
you
able to,
asked her.
We
Yes.
might be able to flag her in.
She definitely would.
Now, did you go trick or treating?
So I late at night decided that we were gonna go with a bunch of friends and just go to the houses in Auburn. So I did go for about 5 minutes.
5 minutes of trick or treating.
Yes.
And did you get good candy in your 5 minutes?
Yes, because I know all the good houses in Auburn.
Right, and
they
in
give you
5
the
minutes,
good candy.
5 minutes
so,
in Turner, you're still driving to the first house.
Yeah, and you don't have to drive in Auburn. You have to walk.
That's a big advantage.
If you have a car, you look like a creep. Driving around to each house.
Yeah, the walking in Turner is pretty limited unless you're doing like Turner Village. But even that's not awesome. Let's see if we can get your sister in here. Cause did she go trick or treating last night?
Yes, she did. I'll let her tell you about it.
Oh, excellent.
Here she is.
Daphne Chevelli, how's it going? Good. And I could ask you about the game, but I don't even think I'm going to. I think I'm going to jump right to the most important thing, which is, did you go trick or treating last night?
Yes, I did.
What did you dress up as?
Princess Leia.
Oh, nice. Now, did you go Princess Leia with the side? I don't even know what you described that haircut as. Good. And did you get a lot of candy?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Are you familiar with Good and Plenty?
No.
You've never had a Good and Plenty? No. What about a Mike and Ike?
I have had those.
And?
They're okay.
They're okay. All right. So, what is your favorite candy? Chocolate variety first.
I have to say Hershey's.
Oh, just a straight up Hershey's bar, the classic. And what about a non-chocolate candy? Your brother was torn between Swedish Fish and Smarties.
I'd say Sour Patch Kids.
Oh, yes. Now, the only problem with Sour Patch Kids is, do you know what happens if you eat too many Sour Patch Kids? It starts to kind of burn the top of your mouth, and then it hurts really bad. You are familiar with that?
Yes.
Yes, it's really unpleasant. You have to watch out for the Sour Patch mouth. It's not good. But other than that, I'd agree. You should go try some Good and Plenties. Trust me, just don't give me that. I wish that we had a camera to show the facial expression I just got. Now, I have a question about football for you here in our final minute of the half. Your dad calls the games and the announcing. Your mom's over there spotting plays. Your brother's out here producing. What do you think your role's going to be when you get older? Are you going to be involved in somehow?
I really don't know.
Would you want to be you could be doing this, you could be announcing football games?
Yeah.
You could see doing that on the stream? That's good. Yeah, your brother doesn't really like to get the headset on. He's more behind the camera. But you could be the face of Buzz Media someday. Maybe. All right. Thank you, Daphne. As the Hornets are coming back, we can hear some cowbells. Cowbells ringing. Hannah?
Yes.
I hope you have thought about how much you should like Good and Plenties. You're going to try them when Jantar gets back.
Okay.
And we'll see if Jantar makes it back in time for the game. You may actually be commentating for a while with me because
2 minutes left.
Yeah, I don't know that he's going to really make it back from his snack run. 2.5 minutes to go. It is 36-0. I think we're probably going to see from the Hornets some of the backup players coming in to the game.
Yeah.
The big thing here has got to be too. You got to look at preventing injuries, getting ready long term. But it is. Oh, we will have the running clock in the second half. Any big things that you're looking for in the second half when you go on camera?
Not really.
So here's the deal. It's 36-0 in the second half. We need to still get the camera on the field in the play. But if there's some things that are happening that we could zoom in on, if you can find something point of interest. I don't even. Meanwhile, the camera's being run expertly over here. Look. No, I have no problem at all. Can you zoom in on the devil on the field, the blue devil? That's a really nice, like, obviously it's not our mascot, but it's a really nice mascot they got. Have you ever played a soccer game on turf?
Yes.
And what are your thoughts on playing on turf?
I love it so much better than grass field.
Why?
It's just faster play.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
The only downside, it's fun to watch soccer game. So I coached soccer for a long time. I love playing on turf. The downside, if you fall,
Turf burn.
yes, you can get ripped up by that turf. But the game moves so quickly, and a pass, if you make a good pass, like on our field, a pass might start off being a good pass.
Yeah, it might hit a bump, like turn.
And things kind of go sideways, but on this field, you can just fire. I mean, you can put a ball 30 yards down the line and it rolls perfectly. Of course, in football, that's not really the same factor. But you're still running faster on that turf. Well, we will see, Hannah, what it is you can find to zoom in on. Maybe, I'm always a big fan of the chain gang, and I'm actually curious. Oh, the other thing that we want to try to catch on camera is if we see people really bundling up, players from Leavitt or the other team or fans. You can't really get great camera shots of the fans, can you?
Not really.
We don't quite have the angle. Nice stands here, though. Very nice stadium. Leavitt needs. We need to get something like this. I don't think that's ever gonna happen, but
Probably not.
or not anytime soon. If someone watching this is a millionaire, or even like a many multi-millionaire, and would like to give Leavitt this sort of a facility, I'm sure we'd be happy to take it.
Definitely.
But this is a multi-million-dollar place. This is the first time I've been out here. Have you played on this field?
Not this one. I have had a track meet on the track over there.
And how's the track?
It's nice. It was new when we used it, so.
Right. Yeah, we don't have track meets at Lewiston, or we didn't this last year at least. We did at EL, but not here. EL's track not as good. Oh, heated bleachers would be really nice.
We need some heat bleachers.
And if you have other suggestions, you can throw it in there. We have a fan for number 50. I assume you're talking number 50 on Leavitt, which is Bo Mayo. He's in the game as the Hornets getting ready to kick off. Kick deep. Scooped up by Lake Region, number 37. Isaac Rawson on the kick, on the return. The kick was Landon Arsenault. And looks like Lake Region's going to start off at about the 34. Cowbells are ringing. I think the fans are ringing the cowbells to keep themselves warm, as well as to fire up the players. And we do have that running clock now that we're in the second half. Definitely see some new Hornet players in. We'll try to get the numbers on as plays go. There's a run up the middle into the pile, and the pile gets pushed forward. Ventura did not make it back yet, as predicted. They just pushed the pile, which now you're not actually allowed to push the pile forward unless you're the person with the ball, but they did get about 7 yards out of that. On a bit of a surge, setting up a 2nd and 3. Or a 2nd and 4. Mr. Chevalier's correcting me. Lake Region with the keeper there up the middle, Ethan McMurray, is going to get the first down. And the QB keeper. Ben Stone with the tackle. The one thing with this big crowd is, with these big stands, is we actually have a decent number of fans, but it looks smaller
I was
because,
gonna say, it looks like we have like no fans compared to our other one.
but they're so spread out across. Oh, and look who's back. Meanwhile, here is Lake Region with the run around, out of bounds. And Mr. Ventura has made it back, and very importantly, has brought the good and plenty. Before I even open these, can we get a camera shot of the good and plenty? Can you just hold that in front of the camera and get that captured? Yeah, don't drop the good and plenties. I want people. Good and plenty is the official sponsor of the second half. I just called it. Everybody back here is going to try one of these. Meanwhile, we have 2nd and 5. Ventura, we predicted and were correct that you would not make it back.
Ooh, I can see the 12 minutes.
You do
start
seem
time.
out of breath.
We were running.
We have a 2nd and 5.
We were moving. I saw the 12-minute start time from the parking lot. We thought we could make it.
And now I have a question: is should we put Hannah back on the camera, or can we get her set up with a cell phone camera into the crowd?
We could set her up with a cell phone camera and get her into the crowd. If Logan's happy running the camera. Actually, it also depends on what Hannah wants to do.
If Hannah's willing to do that, she seems willing. Logan's fine running the camera. He seems to have really taken to the job.
We're not actually watching the play though, right
No, we're
now.
not. It's 3rd down and 5. I really want to eat good and plenties, but then it's going to sound like I'm eating on the air, which isn't great. But I'm just going to do it. They're so good. And you know what else is great about good and plenties? There's so many in each box.
That's what I noticed immediately when I picked it up.
They're
How
well named.
dense
They're
the
good.
box was.
They're good, and there's plenty of them.
That's
Made a great zoom in on the flag there.
hence the name.
You gotta try at least one of each color.
I don't feel like they're any different.
Are you gonna? What? Here,
I'm trying to.
Elliot. Good and plenty. Yep. Scooped him up. Legal motion there on Lake Region. And then we're gonna set up about a 3rd and 8.
I feel like Good and Plenty is one of those candies. This is definitely an old-timey candy.
Yes, Hannah. That was a positive response. We have everyone was talking about good and plenties. And then we need a response. Oh, and I missed the play again. At least one of us should probably watch the play.
Yeah.
4th down.
I'll get
5.
the plays there. Somebody bring them down.
Oh, and I have we are 2 for 2 on positive responses to the good and plenty, by the way.
Lots of goods, plenty of goods here.
And there's plenty more.
It is a really dense box. Of all the candy boxes, it was. You get like a pound of candy.
You're gonna call that once again in the chat. Here it is, 4th down. Oh, again a little flick.
It is true. I do coach the longest sporting activity an individual could be a part of. No, fun fact about me. I know a lot about a lot of things. It's like a weird thing of mine. I am into knowing about a lot of things. So some people might call me like an intelligent person sometimes. However, there are times like today where I make large errors, like not bringing snacks. There was also the summer trailer debacle.
The what?
The summer trailer debacle from the summer school session. that
Oh,
we did here.
right. Oh, here we go. Love it with the run.
Oh, big. I tried to do something a little different there and watch the blocking. There's some big blocks coming from number 28 there. Who's number 28 on for Leavitt?
Ashton Gray.
Ashton Gray was really throwing down some big blocks, really protecting that runner as he was coming through, really tanking for him. Awesome play by Ashton Gray.
Now, maybe I can take over play-by-play for a minute if you're going to set up Hannah with the camera. Camden. Oh, it's Eddie Kern on the carry there for about 8. Nice job. Eddie Kern coming back from injury as well. Oh, do you want to talk on camera? Nope, he does not. All right, it is just me for a moment. And sorry, I had Garrett with a nice run there. I missed it. We're doing other things here in the booth rather than focusing on what we should be. There is the keeper. Oh, and he is going to go all the way. Marky Herman. He had the fake and then the keeper takes it. Oh. The linesmen are still holding. That would have a 22-yard run by Mark for the touchdown. But it is coming back. I'm not sure where the hold occurred. So it was after he already had broken free a little bit there. It ends up only being about a 4-yard penalty. Still takes that touchdown off the board. And we're going to have a 2nd and 4. Mark keeps it and cuts through, picks up the first down. So Mark in a quarterback now. Getting some big snaps. I think this is some stuff they want Mark to get some action back there, because if necessary in a playoff game, he would be the backup quarterback we would send in. With Hunter Hayes out for the season. So this is some good experience for Mark. He gives the hand off to, I believe that was to Eddie Kern as well. Nice job, Eddie Kern.
Yeah, you can see with the change of quarterback, there's a change of strategy here. But these running plays,
yeah,
it's just another threat that Leavitt has.
Right, and we get these guys that are coming back. Like Eddie Kern hasn't played all season.
Right, so it's kind of like a new threat too. So if you've been watching the films from the season or whatnot, you wouldn't see the move by Eddie Kern unless you're watching tonight.
And Hathaway was mentioning how impressive he looked, especially having been out.
Absolutely. Oh, we got a coffee call. Coffee call for our camera person, Hannah Milliken.
And there is Sawyer Hathaway, scooting, cutting and diving back and forth down inside the 10. First and goal at the 8. 2:44 to go here in the third quarter. A 36-0 game. The volume's low for.
Can we get a quick audio check there in the chat? Anyone in the chat? How are we coming through? Are we coming through okay? Are we coming through quiet?
And we missed the touchdown. Eddie Kern with the touchdown. Yeah, let me know if you can hear us.
Right.
I don't know if Danny can hear. We've been told that the sound isn't great. It's not. Well, we'll wait and see until somebody.
Yep. Anyone
responds.
in the chat, if you
apologize to anybody waiting for the Eddie Kern update, but at least you saw the touchdown, and that made it 42-0.
42-0.
Lined up here, going for 2.
2 minutes. Oh, and we're in running clock mode now. Second half, up by well over 35.
Yes.
The clock keeps running.
And there's the pass, incomplete. Well defended by Lake Region. And we've been told that the sound is now loud and clear. Thank you.
Thank you.
Getting some score updates. Have not heard a new Freeport Cape score in a while.
Yeah, we'll see if we can dig into that a little
Well,
bit.
he just said the other score, and I don't think they had that one yet. Actually, I could probably find that.
Maybe we can check the Twitter.
The old Twitter.
The Twitter feed.
I have to say, for those of you at home who may not know this, but the Good and Plenties were universally acclaimed. Everyone positive response? Oh,
there we go.
No, not 100%. All right. This side of the booth had a very positive response. And then the, thank you, Logan. Logan, a man of good taste. The response being they weren't bad, but not something I would choose to buy. But what if you, what if there was something you knew was a situation where you needed a lot of something in one box? There's plenty of them. Because, like, there's still 2/3 of the box left. By what?
Ritz crackers.
Ritz.
Ritz crackers
are dense. That's
a
true.
dense snack for sure. I think it is primarily butter. More butter in the cracker than cracker.
All right, if I'm going to search for this, you need to watch the game.
Okay, I'm on it.
And talk about it.
Here we go. Right.
Not just as the people at home want.
Here I am. Just want. We're going to give you some top-notch quality. We have Leavitt. Leavitt on the 45. Oh, no, my bad. Lake Region on the 40. On the 35. On their 35. Ball number 1, big rush. Ethan McMurray gained some yardage for the Lakers, the Lake Region Lakers. As I was walking out to go get these snacks, there was tridents on the helmet, which, interesting.
There were tridents on their helmet?
Tridents on the helmet.
What does that mean?
Okay. I don't even know. For the Lakers, I didn't know that the trident was visual of. There we go.
Here we have a second down in 4. 36 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Quarter's flying by with that running time. Oh, for Lake Region. And they had a little bit of a trickery. Long pass is completed. And he's going to take it all the way there. That was number 37, Isaac Ross.
And Lake Region is on the board.
We can still hear you talking. Meanwhile, big touchdown there for Lake Region. 23 seconds to go in the third quarter. It's made it 42-6. I am still also. Freeport is up 21-13 in the fourth quarter over Cape Elizabeth. Here at our game, Lake Region is getting lined up to go for 2. Got wide receivers out wide. Taking it up the middle. And stuffed. It will remain 42-6. So Lake Region with the big touchdown there from Ethan McMurray to Isaac Rawson. But it remains a 42-6 Hornet lead with 23 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Very exciting. We're sending Hannah Milliken out there as our reporter in the stands. You'll probably see her in a little bit.
Oh, is he eating a...
Yes, it is the snack of champions, the pepperoni stick.
I thought it was a Slim Jim at first, but not actually a Slim Jim. It's sort of some sort of a knockoff Slim Jim.
This is, it's actually the turkey stick. It's a turkey pepperoni stick. Looking for a little bit of health.
This is where my age shows, because I like the classic.
The classic.
Good and Plenty and a Slim Jim. That's what I want. And a Moxie. You get Gatorade and turkey sticks or whatever this nonsense you buy here. Jintur can't talk right now because he's eating a turkey stick, which I think is also bad commentary.
It's absolutely bad commentary etiquette.
I mean, I stopped eating my Good and Plenties just because of the, not because they're not good, just because I wanted you to not have to listen to me chewing at home. And the clock is running again. Kickoff is up. And that was scooped up by number 12. I think that was Ben Sorois, I believe. Yes, it was.
Big crowd reaction for Ben.
And that is going to be the final play of the third quarter. Jadur, you have a lot to say right now?
No, not at all.
Because he's eating his turkey stick.
Eating my turkey stick.
Oh, meanwhile, we have the camera on Hannah, on her camera. That was a great camera shot right there. The zoom in of her camera.
That is the cameraception.
I really appreciate that.
Should we go to the sideline reporter? Should we, we got a shot of the huddle.
Oh, Hannah's getting some crowd shots. Oh, I ran into Elliot.
Away game sign-out sheet.
Yes, it's not often on a home playoff game that you have to worry about signing players out, but for the, can't imagine a lot of people be on the bus. All right, here, now we have Deegan Jordan back there at quarterback in shotgun. Takes it, hands it off to Garrett J. Bush.
There we go, makes a decent run up the line.
Garrett gained about 4 there, not a lot of space for Garrett to run. And they're getting some rotating in and out on each play. For the Hornets.
Yep, nah. I think we're seeing some of our younger players out there now on the team, looking at the sidelines. Many of the players who were watching earlier have been sidelined to kind of keep them fresh for next week. Oh, we still have a big run. Big run by number 26.
Eddie Kern?
Eddie Kern.
Eddie Kern is, he has been waiting on the sideline all season for these opportunities, and now he's making the most of it. And that's the thing for, you look at the score and it's 42-6, but for a lot of these guys, they are fired up right now to get their chance to get in the game. And if you're Eddie Kern, who hasn't been able to play all season,
right,
you're really looking to make your mark and show the coaches that you could be valuable in a key playoff situation down the road.
Right. Yeah, he's got to put a lot of work in right now to show that he can be worth it during the big moments of the next few games, because every stage after this is going to get more challenging for the Hornets.
There's Ben Seaver on the handoff.
But it is nice for some of these younger players to get a little taste of the Friday night lights. Well, everyone should be happy now that the snack situation has been remedied.
Right. Rachel, I want you to know, Rachel, if you're still listening, that at this point your son is just basically eating pure sugar. I'm now going to flip the situation and still try to get him in trouble, because he has been eating many sour crawlers.
Yes, the trolley sour crawlers.
And he appreciated the good and plenties as well. Nothing to gain there, and that's going to set up a 3rd and 9.
The big moments for Eddie Kern. I think coach is happy to see him out there, though.
Yeah, he was really happy to see Eddie come back, and he was impressed with how hard he's worked this season to come back.
Right, Eddie's put a lot into it. And there's a lot of times where you have a long-term injury like what Eddie had. You can get discouraged and just
kind of check out.
Yeah, throw in the towel. But he put in the effort, put in the work, and he wanted to come back, and he did.
That was a nice play. Nice pass from Deegan out to Sawyer Hathaway. but they're going to be short of the first. It's going to be about a 4th and 6. I assume we're going to see the punt team come in with 8:25 to go.
Oh, there's some. We got to get a shot of the dance session happening.
You scribbled in the game. I was going to
Some of the
say
dancing that's going. Oh, we've been getting that covered. He's all over the dancing sideline. All right, back to it. They're going for it on 4th down, 4th and 6. Deegan takes the snap, rolls out. Oh, and a ball is down.
There's a fumble. It looks like it's turned over. It's going to Lake Region.
It was a 4th down anyway, so it was going to them, but
They got a couple extra yards out of it.
yes. So they're going to have it about the Hornets 35 to start this drive with 7 minutes, 20 seconds to go. And
Big opportunity for Deegan, though, to get a chance to play a little quarterback.
yep,
Even though he did get,
and he's the 3rd string.
yes.
Obviously, at this point, you never know it, especially when you're coming down to these big games. There's a lot of football left,
Right.
and they're going to be tough games from here
Right.
on out. Well, hopefully, there's a lot of football left.
And the thing about November, too, is you can get that November rain. And the November rain can really put a damper on that.
Ashton Gray and Denver Taylor combining on the tackle.
Because it's so cold.
It is. It's so cold.
That's part of it. That's part of the November rain problem.
Right.
It's also the time you really want to lay it on the line. And here we go. There's a long end around for number 6 for Lake Region. That was Brent Massey. He got close to the first down. It's going to be a 2nd and 1. 5.5 minutes to go. One thing that does come into play here, not that it would affect the whole game, but if Lake Region were to score, I believe the running time would stop.
Yes.
Because they would no longer be ahead by 35 points. So to keep that clock running the last 5.5 minutes, the Hornets defense needs to take a stand.
Here we go. Lake Region's looking to make the toss.
There's a penalty
2
back
flags
on the
on
line.
play.
And he is in the end zone, I believe. But that's definitely coming back. That's clearly was a hold back in the
Right.
back at the very start.
Bringing it back.
Just a quiet moment of zen here.
No, it is a very calm moment. Calm moments brought to you by Good and Plenty.
Good Plenty, our official. And you know what? The thing is there's still plenty of these left. If we could get another shot of the Good and Plenty on the camera, maybe of my hand on the. Can I get this? Oh, can you get the Good and Plenty? There it is. The official candy of the second half of this game.
I'm really waiting for
There's still so many more in the box.
I'm really waiting for the FCC to shut us down.
Oh, you want to get the box on there as well?
As we are giving absolute free advertisement.
Right.
Good and Plenty.
Well, back when the TV 11 days, we had to be careful, but now that we're just streaming, we can get away with.
That's absolutely true.
We can get away with
do
anything.
on YouTube.
So I will also point out that while these gentlemen over here said that they didn't like Good and Plenty, when they had the opportunity, they took more.
It took plenty more.
Incomplete. Knocked away by the Leavitt D.
Good and Plenties are one of those candies where, as you're eating them, you're kind of eating them and judging them at the same time. Like
The fans at home, I'm sure, are making you hungry. Karen Lebowski has been amazing in the chat. She thinks they are yummy.
we're at a football game. Nothing is healthy. Thanks. Actually, earlier, Karen Lebowski was
heckling you about your
heckling
lack
me,
of
but
snacks.
now, where the trolley gummy worms have been there was a turkey stick. I don't know if she's actually mocking my turkey stick or like cheering on the trolley worms.
Oh, I'm also going to get some good and plenty brought to me by Elliot. Thanks, Elliot. Elliot, hopefully you'll be up in the booth next week helping us. Here we have a third down. Under 4 minutes to go.
Oh.
Pressure coming, but he fires it up. It is
It is
picked
picked.
off. And is that the 28? That would be
Number
Ashton.
29.
That was 29 on Denver once again.
Denver with the
Second pick of the game.
Up there. Denver doesn't play basketball in the wintertime. He was a baseball player in the spring now, but I'm really working on him to get him out the indoor. And watching him jump tonight, that makes me feel way more positive that he needs to get out there and jump for us this winter. Got some natural athleticism.
One thing I wish we had at Buzz Media was the ability and the copyright to immediately play songs, because we would have there's a lot of good jump songs.
Ooh, yeah.
Could have gone there.
Like Van Halen's Jump.
Van Halen's Jump. Also jump around.
Oh.
Get up and get down.
Get up and get up and get down.
And then
Jump.
makes you want to jump.
Oh, that's right. Was that crisscross? Was that crisscross?
Yes, crisscross. There's the carry for a few. Ruffino. Just go picked up a couple.
Really happy to see Ruffino out on the field. One of my favorite seniors on the Leavitt football team.
You gotta shop them down on there. Good and plenty. They're also fat-free.
I did see that when I got the ball.
If we could get a zoom in on the fat-free point of on that, because I'd like people to know that they're fat-free. You could just see. I just want everyone to know. You were on us? Oh, so we actually were on camera. Excellent.
Oh, we were in the...
Probably eating good and ponies. All right. Here we have 2nd and 7.
Here we go.
This might be handing out as many good and ponies as I can to as many people as I can.
I don't think you
the
can hand
box
out...
is still heavy.
It is a really dense. There's so much candy in a good and plenty box. So if you're looking for the most bang for your buck,
good and plenty.
Good and plenty. And they really are just good. Like they're
good.
They're good. They're not great candy.
They're accurately named. We missed a play there. It's 3rd and 9 with 1:36 to go. Hornets about to push on. I'm back to eating them on the air radio. I apologize.
Here we go. And
1:20 to go. Deegan's watching that clock, letting it run down. And snaps it, hands it off to Dayton Calder.
Oh, Dayton, here we go.
Oh, with the penalty. Dayton had the first down.
I wonder if that's going to be a face mask. I think I saw a face mask get pulled. Oh, something.
Face mask, good call, Jontera. And that means we are getting the first down. And now with 1:07 to go, that means that this ball is just about done. Meanwhile, Chris Gray is yelling, desperately searching for the sign-out sheet in the crowd.
One of Chris Gray's probably...
You may actually have heard his voice all the way over here.
That's one of his favorite duties, I'm sure.
Getting the sign-out sheet. At least
the
it's in
sheet.
we are down to 50 seconds to go.
And getting everyone to sign out.
They're just to kneel down. Which means, I'm not sure if the play clock is 35 or 40 seconds here in high school. So I don't know, it looks like the Hornets are going to have to take one more snap. Meanwhile, mission accomplished.
Yep. Yeah, they executed the secret plan of scoring as many touchdowns early as they possibly could, and that gave them the ability to really give the starting line a break.
Cape and Freeport game is tied, and Cape just had an interception 46 seconds ago. They have the ball at the 39 for Freeport.
Very exciting game happening over there at Cape.
So you can...
Cape Elizabeth or Cape versus Freeport. I don't quite know where they're playing. And that is it. 42-6, Leavitt.
Thank you very much for tuning in. We had a very busy chat room and a large crowd. Hopefully you enjoyed the warmth of your home, and make sure you're at the game next week. But if you're not, you can tune in right here where we will be bringing it back to you.
Bringing in good and plenty commentary.
Yes, all right. Thank you, and good night.